I put in a FOIL request to sue the other day for Ed King. I wanted to have the list of the violations that he had drawn up during his walkthrough inspection of the Armory. That was in 2013. He wrote back to me, per your FOIL request pertaining to the Hoosick Falls Armory inspection. As explained at the time of you requesting me to inspect the Armory, this was not my jurisdiction. Any infractions found at that time were handed over to you as town supervisor, and no copies were kept on file. That confuses me. So my first problem is I do believe that Mr. King has a concern, or should have a concern, for the public's health and safety. It seems like he's passing the buck on to the village code enforcer here. I think he does have the authority to inspect the town offices, no matter where their location is. In the letter, he writes that this is not my jurisdiction. However, in the next sentence, he writes, any infractions found at this time were handed over to you as town supervisor, and no copies were kept on file. I personally have two problems with this statement. One, it looks to me as Mr. King picks and chooses what his jurisdictions are. And number two, he's stating here that he had no copies on file. Why? When he did this, I would imagine he would leave a copy, which he did leave one for me. I would imagine he would leave one for Sue, hold one in his office, and maybe even one in the records room. So were records destroyed?
If I may.
I'm just.
If I may, I think there's probably in the future we should consider some kind of a time limit in case there's anyone else who wants to speak.
Let him finish.
But
Thank you, Mark. I appreciate it.
A point?
So, yes, I do actually. I'm just continuing to go along, but I appreciate it, Mark.
How much more time do you have, Keith? I mean, you really are monopolizing a lot of it. We have business to conduct here. So.
Okay, I'm almost done. And the reason why I'm so concerned about this is I read in the Eastwick article and from June 7th, 2013, that the village had given the HAYC3 organization $75,000. It also stated that they went out for a loan from the credit union and a bank, and they were turned down. Now, I don't know if this was this credit union, Trustco Bank, Key Bank, I don't know. I was just concerned about that because in that same article, Ailish Nealon here stated that there was 75 violations on doors alone in the Armory. And we're thinking about giving more money. 75 violations on the doors alone. When is this going to end?